Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to Storytime. I'm Allie from the Naples Library, and I am here to deliver your Storytime of the week. So, if you tuned in on Wednesday, you would know that we sang the garden song. So this week's theme is gardens and also harvest, because this time of the year is the best time to harvest all types of fruits and veggies. Do you have a garden at home? Or do you know somebody who has a garden at their home? What do you grow in a garden? Well, of course you grow flowers in a garden, but if you have a food garden, what type of foods do you grow in a garden? You grow fruits and veggies in your garden. So what might you see? What kinds of fruits and what kinds of veggies would you grow in your garden? Can you give me examples of fruits and of veggies? So one type of fruit is blueberries. Another is peaches and strawberries. They're all types of fruit. Types of vegetables, we have lettuce, which is a really yummy veggie. And then we have beets, which might not be so yummy to you. And we also have celery and carrots. Those are types of vegetables too. What makes a fruit and a vegetable? Do you know the difference between those two things? Well, a fruit is any food that blossoms from a flower on a plant. Anything that you eat that comes from a flower on a plant is a fruit. And a vegetable is any food that comes from a different part of the plant, like the stalk, the leaves, or the roots. And we'll learn all about the different types of fruits and veggies in one of the books that we read today. We'll also learn all about gardens. So I have 3 different books for us today. Are you ready to learn and get a little bit hungry? All right, the first book today is actually a book that I was given. This was a gift to me that I got recently when I married my husband. This book is from one of my friends who I used to work with out in Hector, New York. So I'm going to give a shout out to Melissa and Josh all the way in Hector. Hi guys, I'm going to read your book today for story time. Melissa sent me this book because the characters reminded her of Jonah and myself. But it's perfect for garden because what's it called? Who's in the Garden? So let's start out with this book. It's a Barefoot Books publisher. And the person who wrote it is Phyllis Gersheder. So let's see what's inside. And we have a couple of peekaboo things happening here too. Open it up. We have all beautiful flowers. We have different things that help in the garden. We have a watering can, birds, bugs, frogs, all sorts of stuff happening. Who's coming to see how my garden grows? Who's that there? A bunny. Hop, 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 hopping. Rabbits hop, hopping between the rows. What kind of food is this? Bunnies love carrots. Who's coming to see how my garden grows? I say from back here near my house. Look guys, it's me. What is this? What type of animal is this? Frogs leap, leap, leaping across the hose. Who's coming to see how my garden grows? Look guys, that's Jonah. And what type of animal is this? This is a bug. It's a bee. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Can you buzz, buzz like a bee? Bzzz. Bees buzz, buzz, buzzing from rose to rose. Boop. Who's coming to see how my garden grows? What type of animal is this, do you see? It's a type of bird, and we learned about them on Wednesday. Do you know what kind? It's a crow. Birds peck, peck, pecking. Wrens, robins, and crows. Can you peck, 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 peck with your beak? Peck, peck, peck. Who's coming to see how my garden grows? What type of animal is that? You can only see its head, so this one's a tough one, isn't it? Moles, dig, dig, digging beneath the rows. Look at these tunnels. Can you follow my finger on your screen? Let's go down the tunnel with the mole. Dig, dig, digging beneath the rows. From early in the morning to noon and night, see the sun rising, the sun sets, and the moon comes out. My garden is growing. It's a beautiful sight. Look at all the things in that garden and all those helpers helping. The end. All right. Our second book today, I am dedicating to yet another person who is dealing with a very difficult loss right now. We all know what it's like. Well, not all of us, but many of us know what it's like to lose our pets at home. And this is a really good book about that. And also, of course, about gardens. This is called The Rough Patch by Brian Lies. It's got beautiful illustrations. And this is a HarperCollins book. Look at this, it's Mr. Fox. It's beautiful. Mr. Fox's name is Evan. Evan and his dog did everything together. They played games, enjoyed sweet treats. Can you see him sharing his ice cream with his dog? They shared music in the car. Look, his dog's got his face out the window. And they shared adventures. They were together all through the day and all through the seasons. Silly snow dog. Hot summer fair dog. But what they loved most was working in Evan's magnificent garden. There, everything they planted grew as big and beautiful as the sky above them. Wow, they have some beautiful plants in there, don't they? They must have worked so hard on their garden. Look at all the different types of things in his basket. Can you tell me what type of vegetables these are? Those are carrots. And then we have some beets and maybe some lettuce here. But one day, the unthinkable happened. Evan laid his dog to rest in the corner of the garden. And nothing was the same. Evan shut himself away inside. Without his best friend, the garden was a bitter and a lonely place. One morning, he found himself with a hoe in his paws, swinging angrily. He slashed the garden to the ground. Do you know why he might be doing something like that to that beautiful garden? How do you think Evan feels right now? He probably feels very, very sad and lonely. And sometimes when people are sad and lonely, they also get angry. So maybe he was slashing the garden because of his anger. He hacked it all to bits and threw everything in a big heap. Evan was so sad. But a good place won't stay empty for long. New plants sprouted and stretched toward the sky. Can you stretch toward the sky? Stretch toward the sky. These new plants were weeds. Itchy ones, spiky and prickly ones, foul-smelling ones. These weeds suited Evan just fine, so he took care of them. Why do you think Evan let all these weeds grow in his garden? Do you think that the weeds, all prickly and sour, smelly, do you think that these weeds kind of reflect how Evan might be feeling right now? And he let those grow in his garden because of that. If Evan's garden couldn't be a happy place, then it was going to be the saddest and most desolate spot he could make it. So you can see all these prickers. Look at all these prickers growing here. Look at this crazy vine growing all the way up the scarecrow. Look at all these thorns on this. Ouch! And soon it was a very sad and desolate place. It doesn't look like Evan is very happy about that. When Evan found a pumpkin vine sneaking in under the fence, he raised up his hoe and he was going to chop it up. Can you see the shadow on this page? The shadow of his hoe? Right here, you can see it. He's got it raised over his head. He's going to chop that pumpkin vine. But then he considered that it has some prickly stems too, and fuzzy leaves and spidery, twisty tendrils. Can you see those little tendrils, those little vines here? So he let it be. Look, he's got toenails coming through his boots. As the pumpkin vine grew, Evan cleared the weeds from its path and he watered it. The vine responded to his care and grew and grew and grew. Around the time that the evening air began to cool, Evan felt an old familiar sense of excitement. It was Fair Week. So he loaded up the pumpkin and drove it all the way to town. Look how huge that pumpkin is. It's making the truck crooked. It's weighing it down in the back. Such a big pumpkin. Good for Evan, right? Brum, 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 brum. He went all the way to town. And when he got to the fair, he took care of very important fair business. He played some fair games. Maybe he won a stuffed animal. He rode the roller coaster. Ah! Can you put your hands up in the air like you're on a roller coaster? Woo! Down the roller coaster. And he gobbled down some delicious fair food. Yum, yum, yum. He's got pizza. He has a candied apple. Maybe Evan's starting to enjoy himself again. While Evan was there, he caught up with some friends. It felt good to be out again, even if it wasn't quite the same without his friend, the dog. Evan's pumpkin won 3rd place. The prize is $10 or one of the pups in that box, the judge said. I'll take the $10, said Evan. Instead of a pup in a box, who would take $10 instead of a pup? But as he claimed his prize, he heard a scrabbling sound inside of the box. And he thought, it wouldn't hurt to just look, would it? And everybody knows that once you look at puppies, you take one home. So Evan returned from the fair that day with a new best friend. And you know what? It is hard after our best friends leave us. But there are always new futures ahead of us. What a good book, right? We learned a little bit about gardening too. All right, and the last book I have today is going to help us tell the difference between fruits and vegetables. So this is called The Fruit Bowl. It's a Penguin Random House book, and it's written by Mark Hoffman. We can see on the front cover here that there is a bowl of fruits. And on the bowl of fruits, there's a sign that says, "No veggies allowed." And here, over here, can you tell me what type of food this is? This is a tomato. And the tomato wants to climb a ladder and get in the fruit bowl with all the fruits. But everybody knows there's always been a debate on whether or not a tomato is a fruit or a vegetable. So we're going to learn about that right now. Hey fruits, how's everybody doing? Apple says, fantastic. Peach says, peachy keen. Ha, ha. Lemon says, full of zest. Oh, these are funny fruits. Banana says, all good. Orange says, awesome. And you? And strawberry says, I was jammed in that bag. Great. Everybody's here. Apple, peach, banana, lemon, and orange. Can you tell me which one is the apple? Which of these fruits is an apple? This one. Peach. Which of these fruits is a peach? This one. Banana. That one's pretty easy. Which one looks like a banana to you? Banana. Lemon. Lemon. Which one is an orange? This one. Isn't it funny that an orange is also orange? There's also a pear in this bowl. Can you show me the pear? Oh, pear, I'm glad you're back in season. Strawberry and grapes? Always a pleasure. Where's the strawberry in this picture? Strawberry. Grapes? Where are they? Boop, 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 boop. Boop. Grapes. And blueberry. Oh, blueberry. Blueberry. Blueberry got crushed. Oh no, blueberry didn't get crushed. Blueberry's down here. Hello. And tomato. Walking up the ladder to get in the fruit bowl. What? Wait a second. Tomato? What are you doing here? This is a fruit bowl. You belong in the fridge with the other veggies. But I am a fruit, says the tomato. Who's he kidding? Says the lemon. Nice try, tomato, but you're being kinda saucy and sour. It's not appealing, said the orange. You'll have to split, says the banana. Oh, that gets tomato down on his luck. Now what are you doing? Get in the fridge or you'll go bad. I don't belong in here. Wait, hold on just a second, he said as he read his library book. Aha! I can prove it. Can I help you? Said the celery. So, you all know what makes you fruits, right? How we all started out as flowers? Oh, my mother told me I was a beautiful flower, says the apple. My flower was the best of the bunch, says the banana. So, wouldn't all vegetables be fruits since they come from flowering plants? Oh, not exactly. Vegetables come from other parts of the plant besides the fruit. So we have here, some vegetables are leaves. Some vegetables are petals. Some vegetables are stems. And some vegetables are roots. Can you give me an example of a vegetable that is just leaves? Lettuce. Lettuce is a good example of a vegetable that is leaves. Petals. Petals is a little bit tougher, but an artichoke is a type of vegetable that is, that is petals, which actually artichokes turn into big, beautiful flowers eventually. Stems. A type of vegetable that comes from a stem is celery, and what's pictured here is asparagus. And then types of vegetables that come from roots, what we have here is a beet, but also carrots. And look at this, says the tomato as he pulls out an x-ray of himself. Those spots, those are my seeds. It's how we make more fruits. Oh, are you all right? He's getting so passionate that I'm getting teary, says the onion. I can't believe my eyes, says the potato. How did he get an x-ray? I needed an x-ray when I broke my stem, said the broccoli. Where's his heart, says the artichoke. Lettuce, have a closer look at that, says the lettuce. Can you see the seeds in this x-ray? Can you point to which things on the x-ray are seeds? They're here. See them? Okay, fine. That may be true, but you're not sweet. How dare you, said the tomato. Are cranberries sweet? Is grapefruit sweet? Are lemons sweet? No, none of these things are sweet. Although grapefruit would like to think that he's sweet. You don't have to be sweet to be a fruit. Isn't there anyone else who can settle this? Well, there is a legend of an old man produce. They say he's hidden in this very kitchen. Oh boy, he must be ripe. He'll know. Let's find him. Shh, everybody be quiet. Look at them. They're working together to get down off of the counter. They got onto a chair, and now they're getting onto the floor. They're looking for Old Man Produce, who looks to be an old raisin in the corner of the floor. Maybe one day he was a grape, but now he's old and wrinkly. He turned into a raisin.
Fruits, vegetables, your travels have brought you to me. Though it is not adventure you desire, but rather knowledge. What truths do you seek?
Says the raisin. Is a tomato a fruit?
Well, that's the question of all questions. If the tomato is not a fruit, is he not delicious? If the tomato is not a fruit, is he not healthy? Does he not have juice like you? You need to look inside yourself and ask why any of us are fruits. Fruit is more than
yes or no. That's quite an explanation.
Yes,
said Old Man Produce.
I wish I was back on the vine.
Well, then a tomato does belong in the bowl with the fruits. I knew it all along, said Lemon. Welcome home, said Blueberry. Are there any other vegetables that are just fruits in disguise? Funny you should ask, said Tomato. Here we go. This is pretty cool. Look at all these guys. These are all fruits. Isn't that crazy? These are all fruits? What kind of plants are these? Do you know what this is? This is a pepper. A pepper is a fruit. It says, wow, it was a bit chilly in the fridge. Do you know what this is? This is a green bean. This'll be a snap, he says. Do you know what big purple fruit that is? This is an eggplant. I'm glad we cleared that up, he says. My name is very confusing. He's not an egg at all. What kind of fruit is this? I almost called it a vegetable. What kind of fruit is this? This is a cucumber. Cucumbers are what we use to make pickles. What a pickle we are in, says the cucumber. You know what kind of fruit this is? This one's kind of tough. That's an avocado. It says that fridge was the pits. Do you know what kind of fruit this is? This is a snap pea. Woohoo, he says. And last but not least, this big old guy. Do you know what that is? That's a squash. He says, I was so squashed in there. So you can all stay, I guess. Hooray! Yay, thanks, Tomato, my hero. Now this is so cozy, they all said in the same bowl. Good thing we got that straight, huh? So here are the fruits over here in their bowl, and here are the vegetables down here in the fridge. And they say, why don't we get our own bowl? Why don't they? Those veggies are just greens with envy. And then the little old raisin says,
by the way, you're welcome.
The end. So I hope this helped you figure out what the difference is between fruits and vegetables. And I hope it made your tummies hungry for fruits and vegetables. Now go on, go have a delicious lunch today, hopefully out of a garden somewhere, or maybe from Joseph's Market. I hope that you enjoyed our garden unit today, and I hope to see you again next week on Wednesday for another Wednesday snippet. Have a great weekend. See you soon, guys. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Bye.